What is the one weed that destroys the garden of happiness? Knapweed! Okay, so we got one of them right, huh? Knapweed definitely destroys the garden of happiness, okay? The other, what's the analogy is to knapweed, mindlessness that guards not against negative karma of the three doors. Okay, so the opposite of mindfulness, mindlessness or forgetfulness, that does not guard against the destructive karma of our body, speech, and mind. Okay, so sometimes the path is there's an analogy with creating a garden where the land is our mind, and we have to water it and fertilize it and take out the rocks and bubblegum wrappers and herbicides and all that kind of stuff. So taking out the nasty stuff is like purification. Water and fertilizer, it is like accumulating merit. Planting the seeds is listening to the Dharma. And then the seeds have to be cultivated for the plants to grow into a garden, okay? So, the other aiding factors that are going to help the seeds of the teachings grow into realizations in our mind, one of the principal ones here is mindfulness, okay? So mindfulness, the popular way society is now using the word mindfulness is not exactly how the Buddha used it, yeah? And the way the Buddha used it is actually the term, yeah, smriti, is related to memory. It also means to remember. Yeah. So mindfulness isn't just watching what is going on in your mind. It's in the context of ethical conduct. Mindfulness is remembering your precepts. In the context of meditation, it's remembering your object of meditation so you can focus on it and concentrate on it without getting distracted. So mindfulness is the mental factor that holds in your mind what you're wanting to focus on, okay? So clearly if we don't have mindfulness, for example, of our precepts, then we won't remember our precepts and we'll act any old way. If we don't have mindfulness of when we're doing concentration meditation, we'll forget the object of meditation, yeah? If we don't have mindfulness when we're cultivating wisdom, we won't be able to track the stages in the refutation that we're doing. Okay, so mindfulness is really, really important in the three higher trainings, also in cultivating bodhicitta. When we don't have mindfulness, in other words, when we forget what we're supposed to be doing, or we forget our object of meditation, when we're spaced out, then that's when the destructive actions of body, speech, and mind come in, okay? Because without remembering what we want to do, then the mind, afflictions just pop up like weeds, uninvited, and as we know with the knapweed, they come again and again and again, and you pull it out, and you turn around to pull another one out, and you come back and something's regrown already. The stuff is really noxious. And so it is with our afflictions too, and why we really need the mindfulness, to prevent the weed-like afflictions from growing in the garden of our mind. Okay, so we cultivate mindfulness by paying attention and by remembering, as we go through the day, remember our precepts. When we're meditating, remember our object of meditation. So here's where another mental factor comes in very handy. It's called introspective awareness. Sometimes it's translated as introspective alertness, vigilance, clear comprehension, clear knowing. There's many different translations for sampajana. But what it means, this is the one that surveys the landscape in the mind and sees, am I concentrating on what I need to be concentrating on? Do I have my precepts in mind? Do I have the object of meditation in mind? Or have I gotten spaced out? Okay? So that one of introspective awareness is really, it goes together. Whenever mindfulness is taught, introspective awareness is taught as well, because they really function together, you know, as a couple. One keeping you on the object, and the other one surveying the situation and ringing the burglar alarm if you've gotten off the object. Okay, one remembering the situation, the other surveying and seeing, am I, you know, remembering my precepts, and am I acting according to them, or am I acting, you know, in any kind of which way, crazy way, in which case, you know, you know, and lets us know, hey, we need to renew our mindfulness and focus again on what we're doing. Okay? So, yeah, to grow the garden of happiness, we need mindfulness and introspective awareness, and not the weeds of mindlessness, you know, forgetfulness, and what they call non-introspective awareness. Okay. So would the introspective awareness develop kind of automatically when you're doing having mindfulness on your ethical conduct? I think actually in both cases you kind of need to remind yourself to use your introspective awareness. You know, it's like, oh, I need to survey the situation. Yeah. When your mindfulness really gets strong, then I think the introspective awareness becomes strong automatically. But at the beginning, you know, it just seems to me that we really need to deliberately bring the introspective awareness up. Okay.